Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Tony Hawk's Underground. This is part 15 and it's time to show Eric who's boss. So Eric says that we were always biting his style and that we can't hit his lines. So if we really want to watch, we can watch his entire line. But basically we get 30 seconds to hit all the pieces that he does in his combo and get a higher score than him doing so. That's really not that hard to do considering he only scores 16,000 points on them. And in fact this last piece will count multiple times just until the time limit ends. And he got 16,000 points doing that combo, we got 150,000. So I believe we win. And here's that cutscene I was telling you about in the last video. We are applauded mercilessly. But Todd is kind of a bit angry, saying that we don't enter ourselves in a pro contest.
I just won. What are you talking about?
And he says we have really big balls and that we should probably start thinking about a pro board design.
You guys are taking me pro?
And we are surprised to find out that because we won a pro contest that the team will take us pro. So yes, we are now a pro, which means we unlocked another set of stats and we can now design our own pro board. So I'm going to do that quick. I will not I'll try not to take a ton of time doing so. I have an idea in mind, it's just finding the pieces. The pro board design is a bit kind of boring. It's very, you can tell it's very choose based. It's not very freeform. That you get a base graphic to choose from, a tiled layer to choose from, which will repeat over the surface of the board, and then you can pick 4 different layers. Just in interest of saving everybody's time, I'm only going to pick 2 layers, and those will both be the Peralta skull because I have a very OCD symmetry thing. And you can do up to 4 layers of different things. Layer 1 will always be on top of the other layers and so forth, all the way down to layer 4 being on the bottom. So if you have overlapping graphics, just know that layer 1 will always be on top. Other than that, you have options to color all the graphics. You can change them, color them, everything like that. You can design your own board, but I'm just going to stick with that for now because it is just a board and it will take a bit of time to get something really intricate designed. But we do get sent back to Vancouver because we need to go get a shoe sponsor now that we are a pro. And Jordan still doesn't believe that Eric, that there was any footage that Eric lost. Jordan just thinks we're a bit jealous. And now that we are a pro, we want to get a shoe sponsor and a house and a new car and everything. And Jordan says that there's actually no money in pro skating. All the money they make in making houses and big cars and everything comes from all the sponsors they get. So now we have a bunch of shoe sponsors to choose from. You only have to do one of these, and I believe there's four or five of them. I am just going to do the first one I see, and then I will go back and do the subsequent ones. And so this one is for audio. We have to do the 3 superior court spines, which is really easy to do. We get 2 minutes to spine transfer between these bowls, and all we had to do was 1 apparently. And so now this guy says we're going to miss our bus to the airport so we can go to Moscow for the invitational. But first we have to pick up all this stuff. I'm actually going to go back and do the other shoe missions first. And then first up is the Vans one, and we have to go around and impress kids so that you can basically peddle shoes to them. They'll have the power fists over them. I believe there's one group of kids over here by where the lawnmower or leaf blower guy was, and so you have to get 1,000-point combos in front of them. There's one down at the hockey rink, and there is also one somewhere else. Oh yes, up here in the Hawk Bowl. So it's a pretty easy thing. All you gotta do is do some flatland, get those kids impressed to sell some shoes. Oh, I'm sorry, that was actually the final mission. So the next one up is Circa, which is past the test. It is spelling Circa correctly, doing a combo. So all you have to do is get a manual there, and otherwise just jump and grind for the rest of them. And other than that, it's really not that hard. And I'm just using this to get stats now. And I believe that's all the stats I can get from grinding like that. And the last shoe deal, company you can do, is ES, and this is we have to score certain combos in certain locations. And that was one location, that was 2,000 points. This one is 4,000. And that local skater was there, so when I hit the X button to change my combo there, I accidentally started the next mission. So I do have to restart that. I apologize. So yeah, 2,000 points at the first spot. You do have to hit it, otherwise you will fail if you fail on your combo. 4,000 at the second spot, which again, more flatland or even grinding around this fountain will work. And the third spot is 6,000, so this is very predictable. It'll go up by 2,000 each time. Not that hard. You get about 30 seconds to do it, and that's more than enough time for the combo needed. And so now we will go and do the chapter mission that I'm sure you guys have been waiting, now that it's started 3 or 4 times. So yeah, like I had said when we started the mission, this guy says that the bus is going to Moscow Invitational and that you're going to miss it, and you need to go pick up the shoes you just won in your shoe deal, your socks, and then when you're actually done picking up those, you also have to go get your trophy, which will be the second part of the mission. This mission really has nothing to it. All you have to do is go to the areas and pick up the things. There's really no point in this conversation. I don't know why they put it in there. Basically, now what you have to do is you have to go get the trophy and get to the end of the street before the bus does. It's really not that hard to do, considering the bus goes relatively slow and you are actually going faster than it on your skateboard. So as long as you don't like bail hardcore or get lost, which I really doubt you can, you will complete that mission with no problem whatsoever. And so now we go to the last new level that's part of the main storyline. There is a bonus level that you unlock from beating the storyline, but this is Moscow. And so there's an invitational skate event here. And so the point of this mission is to go get video footage and get press coverage so that you can make money and become more recognized and stuff. It's just an invitational skate event and mainly done for the locals. I will do 1 or 2 missions here before the end of the time. This guy here is named Kalo. He will come back a few times. He tells us that an American company installed cameras all over the courtyard for the skate event, and the Russians really value their privacy, so they don't like the cameras there, so we have to go and destroy them by grinding near them. And as long as you grind anywhere near them on I believe either floor that they're on, so for this one to be the second or third, they will break. There's 4 of them to break. All you have to do is grind by them. It's a really easy mission to do. We are running a bit low on time, so I will use this time to get the pro move. And this one is actually from Tony Hawk. It is a flip trick called the 360 varial heel flip lean. And all you have to do for this one is use this hat pipe to get special and then do the trick. So it's not that hard to do. I like the trick. I won't use it often because it actually takes a lot of airtime. So unless you have a bunch of airtime, you're not going to land it most of the time. As you can see, these gates are closed off to the inside of the wall. There'll be a mission later to get them unlocked, but you really don't need to even wait for that mission to get them unlocked. All you gotta do is climb up here, and look at that, you're already inside the walls. But I don't believe we have time for another mission. All the ones I can think of take about a minute, and we don't have we don't have a minute to spare, so I will leave you guys at this, and in the next part we will continue Moscow.